So I asked my dad the other day how old I was when I started fishing. Probably 5 or 6 years old, but he sent a few photos over. I actually remember catching this fish when we got home. My dad submitted the photo to like the Rapid City Journal, and I remember seeing it in like the black and white sports page or the outdoor page. This pin here is all my fishing gear, flies and reel and waders and wading boots, and then a couple fly rods here. I've lived a lot of my life in the Rocky Mountains, near the headwaters of a lot of rivers. It was really cool to see that point to which the river and the ocean meet. I knew along the Pacific coast I'd be riding over top of just about every storied steelhead river in the West, so I decided why not combine my two passions and pack my waders and my boots, my fishing gear, and fish whenever I could. Really should have coffee before I do this. It's been about maybe 6 weeks now, and haven't caught a steelhead yet. I try not to get above the crotch area. There is a sizable hole in my wader. Got a few inches left though. We've had just a ton of rain, and most every river has been just blown out and pretty much unfishable. The goal is certainly to catch a fish, although the success of the trip does not revolve around whether or not I catch one. Just spending time in nature, whether on the bike or with a fly rod, is why I do it. Oh man, this is everything I was hoping this trip would be is this right now. Sunny day, fishing on the river. I guess I haven't caught a fish yet, but it's a great relief to see a river that's not the color of turkey gravy. I mean, I'm not that old, but I've never seen in my life a bigger threat to public lands than the movement that's trying to give control of the public lands to states. There's a pretty serious track record of what states do with public land. And in most cases, they sell it for a profit, or they mine and log and develop it. As it is now, federal lands are managed for multiple use, which means land managers have to consider fishing and hunting and bike riding and logging all at the same time. So they're kind of held equal. If we ever lost that access or lost our public lands, it would be, to me, it'd be the death of the West. It's just such a part of our identity that without it, I think it would be really sad. On this trip, I've got to experience the rivers in their course and in their channel. And then of course, seeing the end of that, it's the end of the river, but it's kind of like almost the start of the steelhead's journey back home. The life cycle of a steelhead is, I think, one of the more unique stories in nature. They're born in cold, clear streams. Eventually follow the current downstream, and they live in the ocean for a number of years, maybe 1 to 3 years. And then they come back to the river they're born in and swim up that river to sometimes the same river where they were born. If they have enough fat reserves and enough energy left, they can go back to the sea and do it all over again. This photo was taken in high school, back at the Bighorn River. Still wearing like a silly hat and silly glasses. My parents were probably hopeful I would turn in the portrait that they had paid to have taken for the yearbook, but I decided to print these up in photography class and I submitted these as the senior portrait photo. I've always loved just hopping on the bike and accessing the river. Definitely life simplifies on the road and also on the river. The concerns that are going through my head are quite a bit different than what's at home. Where am I going to sleep tonight? Is it going to rain? How deep my fly is, and where's the next gas station where I can get a fruit pie? Really just kind of like focuses my mind, and all the other worries of life kind of just fade and don't think about it too much.